Hi guys, hope everyone is well. Um, I wasn't actually going to film today, but I woke up and saw a couple more subscribers, and I just wanted to say thanks. I really appreciate it. Whatever has made you decide to subscribe or whatever you've taken from the videos so far, I hope you know that it serves you well, and I'm actually glad that you have taken something from it. I felt led to film today because I was reflecting on all what had been spoken about so far. And I felt like, yes, this journey, this starting journey, it's a big thing and it can be done. But I felt like there was a vital bit of information missing in all of this. And that vital part is that everyone can't come. Everyone can't come. And I know that we want to be that person that just brings everyone on board. I know when we get into the new knowledge, we want to impart that onto those closest to us in the hope that they too will adopt the knowledge and they will want to, level up in their own lives, in their own journeys. And that's not always the case. And we have got to be okay with leaving people where they are. And it doesn't mean just dumping people off and leaving people behind, but it's just the reality that everyone can't come. And we have got to be okay with just getting on with things. And the thing about it is, we don't get to choose who stays or goes. Because I can imagine for those of you who this resonates with, as I said it, you're probably already thinking of who those people might be. But we don't get to decide who stays and who goes. You're probably thinking, yeah, my girl over there who, that friend or distant friend who's a bit of a chatty patty, likes to have an opinion, a little bit bad mind. You might be thinking her, or you might be thinking, him who is a bit of a waste man, ain't really doing too much, never got nothing positive to say. You might be thinking those people, but more often than not, it's not those people because you already know who they are. Now, I have to say this because it's important for you to know that when you come to God to ask Him who goes, it's never who you think. And the thing is, you may not be asking in terms of God, take away people out of my life. That's not even how it comes about. You could just be saying, direct my steps. You could be saying, shrink my circle. You could be saying, take away anything that's not serving me. And then He speaks up. And there will be people or a person that will need to go. And you don't get to decide who. And more often than not, it's never who you think it's going to be. Let me just tell you that. But it is important when you are shown who, that you follow what the Holy Spirit has told you. And it's hard because honestly, I have been there and it happened to me. And, I had come to God, saying to Him that I could no longer have a part-time relationship with Him. I needed a full-time relationship. And as He is always, when you come to Him, He was open, and we've started this new relationship full-time, all the way tapped in. And then some months later, I could feel the shift. And so I asked Him, I said, anything and anybody that's not for me, please take them. And I'm going to be real. When I said it, I low key had my thoughts and feelings of who that person was going to be. Like, I had my energy shifted towards who it was going to be because I thought I knew. I thought I knew. I thought I knew who it was going to be. And lo and behold, it wasn't that person. And in fact, it was my best friend, my best friend, not hey besties. I mean my best friend, in that we would see each other 3 to 4 times a week. We socialized together, we trained together, we traveled together. I'm talking my best friend. She'd been in my life maybe 9, 10 years, and I'd say we were solid, like tight, for the last 6, 7 at the time. And no, she wasn't doing anything horrible. She wasn't bad mind towards me. She didn't do me dirty at all. But when God says it's time, it's time. And that's the thing. We think it's that person. We think it's my girl over there who's a bit bad mind. We think it's the little bit of a waste man who be doing the most or not doing the most at all. We think it's those people. But the reality is we already know who those people are. We already know who they are. So it's up to us to place them in our lives accordingly, whether it's at arm's length or at a distance. It's the people who we cannot see the detriment they're causing by being in our lives that God is going to remove. And more often than not, we don't know who that is because we don't understand the detriment they're causing, whether they're holding us back, whether they're handicapping us in various ways. We don't see that in the way He sees it. And therefore, when He puts it in front of us, if we come to Him, we've got to pay attention and we've got to be obedient and we've got to do it. And yes, trust me, it hurt. It hurt because, like I said, but He showed me the signs. He showed me the signs and I had to walk in obedience. And unfortunately, she wasn't emotionally mature enough at the time to have the conversation. So I had to break away. Funnily, we did have the conversation years later, actually earlier this year. And it was as if He made it that way because upon speaking with her, I was able to see that there was no mistakes in it. And actually, He was right. And based on the growth I have made in the 4 years since, it was evident as to why it needed to happen. It was evident why it needed to happen. And so, and listen, as soon as I did it, as soon as I broke away, the blessings that came, because you're stepping into a new. You're stepping into a new. So the blessings came. But you have to, regardless of the pains, regardless of the hurt. I know, I get it. But I went primary school with her. So you want to keep them. You want to hold on to these people. Oh, he's like a brother to me. So you want to hold on to these people. I understand. Trust me, I do. And it doesn't mean, you might be thinking, it's not that deep. I'm not trying to be the next CEO. What does it matter if I keep these people around me? Listen to me and listen to me good. It does not have to be. It could be something as simple as a fitness journey. But if it's that friend who you spend time with, and when you spend time with her, she's got to go and pick up some Krispy Kremes on the route because that's just what she does, or a takeaway, or even a bottle of wine, that's going to hinder your journey. It's going to hinder your efforts. Again, you might have stopped smoking or stopped smoking weed or something like that. And it's that friend that still smokes, and you don't want to drag them on your journey. So you say it's fine until they offer you that time that you're stressed or you're feeling a bit down. So you take one puff, then two, and then it spirals. When God removes people or is trying to guide you to remove people, you have to listen. If you don't listen, you are going to pay the cost later. You are going to pay the cost later, whether it is they hold you back or whether they don't hold you back and you manage to reach your goals. But if they're still in your life and they were meant to be removed, it's going to cost you in some form. And the thing is, He doesn't remove them to be mean. He doesn't do it to be mean. It's a hedge of protection. Because the reality is there's a lot of people who are okay dealing with you. I mean, they seem so loyal and so loving, but they are only okay dealing with you in the form that you are currently. The elevated version of you is not going to be palatable to them. They can accept you in your struggling state, in your stagnant state. There are people who depend on your stagnancy. And so it seems like they are the greatest person in your world. But the reality is, once you elevate, you will no longer be palatable to them anyway. So something will manifest in the way of them having to remove themselves. And it may be even more hurtful then if you delay it. If you've been shown and you don't do anything, and if you delay it, it may be more hurtful then. So you can either grieve now when God says let go, or you can cry later. It's up to you. But I just thought I'd put that warning out because it's a very real thing when we're on a growth journey. Everybody can't come. And you'll see it, you'll start to see it, you'll feel it. You'll feel the mindset shift, but you'll also feel the energy shift when you're around people, when you start elevating, you will start to see it. And not only that, listen. We serve a faithful God. We really do. So he is not going to remove any of these people from your life without replacing them with new people who are going to benefit you or be with you or be able to walk with you in this new season. And it doesn't mean putting you in this new elevated circle. It could be anybody. Destiny helpers come in all forms. It could be a homeless person. It could be, I don't know, a security guard in the shop. It could be anyone and anywhere. Yes, it could be church as well. It could be anyone and anywhere. But he doesn't take people away without putting new people who are aligned with your new journey. He will put those people in your life. It's just up to us to have our hearts open to receive it. So I just wanted to leave that with you. I hope, it doesn't come across harsh, because that's not the purpose. Like I said, I've been there. Everything I speak on is not from a place of I know better, I'm holier right than thou. I hope it doesn't come off like that. It's through lived experience, but coming through the other side, and therefore I share, because my hope is that we all reach our victory whilst we still have our days on earth. And that's why I just share, because I just believe it's important. So I hope it resonates with you. I don't know when I'll be back, because my week next week looks very different to this week. And honestly, I never knew this whole shooting videos was going to be a part of this week, but it has. And actually, in some respect, I have enjoyed it. So let's see what happens. But listen, if you have watched the videos over the week, or you're watching these videos and you've got some time, start that thing you want to start your new journey, invest in you, take some time for some self-care to reflect on what it is you want to do, take some quiet time to sit with the Lord, to sit with God and speak to him about what you're struggling with and what's in your heart. And yeah, just take those first steps. And as I said, be aware of what's around you and who's around you. So when he speaks to you about removing those distractions, about removing those people or persons, you can listen. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a wonderful weekend and look after yourselves and take care. Bye.